Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, hello loves. So, I've been getting a lot of DMs on my Facebook and my Instagram and even on my YouTube channel asking about the lap band. I had my lap band put in 2009 or 2010. That's when I had my lap band put in. Immediately after my lap band was put in, I had complications. I heal pretty quickly, especially when I was in my 20s. So the band itself just goes around a part of your stomach. And actually, like these little holes is exactly, these little pockets is exactly what it looks like it has all the way around. When you get the surgery, they put liquid or fluid in there, but only a certain amount. So from the surgery till when I got home, my body started to heal around it. And so scar tissue on top of the fluid that was already there was making this hole even smaller. I was struggling to drink water. I was uncomfortable. I had to go back to the hospital. Then they admitted me. So I said, give it a few days. As long as I'm able to hydrate and drink liquids, I'd be fine. I did. I waited a whole, I think it was 3 or 4 weeks where I was just doing fluids and stuff. I lost 16 pounds in that amount of time. But I was weak. I was tired. I was nauseous. I was dizzy. I was just this can't be forever. I need this to not be forever. So then after that, the first meal that I tried to have was oatmeal. And I made it so watered down and so thin, threw up immediately after. And then they would tell you that if you throw up after your first meal that's considered more of a solid, you can't eat for the rest of that day and you have to wait again for the next day. So I did that. Still had problems. So I went in and they removed more fluid. When they removed more fluid, it was a little bit better, but I still struggled. Then I would have good days and bad days. Then I would have good nights and good mornings. So it was just what is going on? So then I started to track my ovulation cycle. And I was maybe it's right when I'm ovulating or when I'm about to get my period that it was bad. And then I realized that's when it was. Well, we already know that women only have 1 week out of the entire month that we feel normal and great, which we wish we felt like that. Three weeks out of the month and 1 week we felt like shit. I would be okay with feeling my shittiest for 1 whole week if that meant 3 weeks out of the 4 I felt amazing. Whenever I was ovulating, I would struggle with anything that I ate up until 8 or 9 o'clock at night. After 9 o'clock at night, for whatever reason, either the swelling would go down, I don't even know what it was, sometimes 10 o'clock at night, I could eat. So then I'm here starving because I didn't eat all day, and I'm eating late at night. And I'd feel that way for 4 or 5 days in a row. Not fun. Even protein drinks, protein shakes, yogurt, all of it would just get stuck, which was so annoying. So then I would feel more weak and more irritable and more lethargic, and I'd get headaches, and it was just this is part of my life. I kept on trying to get it removed, but then every single time I got a new job and I got new insurance, you had to go through the whole process again, and you need a nutritionist, a dietitian, you had to see a psychologist, you had to show them proof that you tried to lose weight and you weren't losing weight, and it was because of the band that I wasn't losing weight. So then I got so tired of that process, I started taking diet pills because I was I just can't. I lost 27 pounds and maxed out with the lap band with the 27 pounds. So then I started diet pills and I started losing a shit ton of weight. That's when I lost 140 pounds. I stopped the diet pills after about 70 pounds, 60, 70 pounds. Plus I had already lost 27. So I was doing good. The rest of the weight I lost on my own. I started gradually taking myself off of the diet pills, which was phentermine. And as I gradually stopped taking the diet pills, then I started losing the weight on my own. And I felt great. Kept it off for 3 years, got pregnant again. Worked out my entire pregnancy, felt great, but I had to have my surgery. I had to have surgery while I was 5 months pregnant with my son because my port flipped and they couldn't take any little bit of fluid that could have possibly been in there. And I was struggling again as further along I got in my pregnancy, it was pushing on my stomach and I could barely eat. So then I was starting to feel weak again and everything all over again like I did in the beginning. So I had to do surgery. I was under a local anesthetic and I was awake while they were cutting me. And it was the lightest one possible because I felt them slice my skin with the scalpel. I felt them moving what they were doing. I was sweating. I was anxious, but the guy that was there, he was Cuban. He was playing amazing salsa and merengue, and he was just talking to me the whole time while they were doing it. Then after that, there was like a little bit of fluid left. They made sure they took that out. So with all of that, the port being flipped, and then me having to go through the process, since I've been in Corona, when I moved from Irvine to Corona, I have gone through 4 different processes in order to get my lap band removed. And each time it was because I had a new job and I had new insurance and I had to go through all of this crap. Oh yeah, we know, we see your medical history that you did it with this one, but we need you to go through our process. Of course the fuck you do. Of course you do. You get to charge more money. Why not? Finally was consistent with the insurance that I had now for a few years. So everything, finally got my surgery, had it removed. I don't want to say, I haven't been watching everything I eat. And I've had soda like 3 times because I was not able to have that before. So I was like, let me just give myself the 2 weeks until my appointment and they give me the green light to go to the gym, which I'm pretty sure they're going to tell me today I can't. I know I can't lift anything too heavy because still when I'm even tossing and turning in bed at night, I feel the incision a little bit and it feels like there's like a knot behind it. And I know it's because that's where the port was, the scar tissue and everything that they had to do. So I get that. So I'm just going to wait for the green light. If that means I just go to the gym and I walk every single day for 30 minutes, then I do that. I'm going to be sad if I lose muscle. I know I've probably already lost muscle these past 2 weeks because muscle used to be so easy for my body to build, but in your 40s, not so much. So I'm looking forward to being able to work out with no restrictions. When I used to have to put my legs in to do a leg press to go this way, it would hit my port where I had like the big incision and you'd feel it. And I'd always have to be careful because the last time I was working hard and I used to do CrossFit, it flipped. And that's when I had complications when I was pregnant with my son. So I will say right before my lap band was removed, maybe 6 months ago, before they put me on the Zepbound, which I haven't been on it for almost 2 months now because my insurance does not want to improve the next level going up. So apparently a 2.5 is okay, but a 5 isn't. What's the point? So yeah. So they were able to look at my port and pull more fluid out. And they're like, oh, you still had like this much. They told me they took it all out. I've still had complications, still had issues. And in my brain, I was like, I know it's a scar tissue. There's no way it's anything else because they told me they took out the fluids. No, they didn't, which explains why I was struggling so much. So it's almost like you prolonged me being able to be more successful in my weight loss for 13 years, just so each insurance company could make more money and bill for every single thing I needed to do again. How disgusting is that? Like, and supposedly this administration was supposed to make things easier also for people with insurance. When everyone's premium is about to go up, the whole thing that's supposed to pass about prescriptions being cheaper, yeah, it's going to be a little bit cheaper because I'm going to be paying double for my insurance than what I was paying before. Meanwhile, am I making more money? No. They raised my rent too. Am I making more money? No. Groceries the same or higher. But I mean, they've been a little double since Biden, so I'm not going to say anything too bad about that. But you can't run a campaign saying you're going to do some stuff with making it cheaper and you're not making it cheaper. And the tariffs aren't helping. And so yeah, everything is going up, but our paychecks. Lovely. But I am still grateful. I am still blessed and we're going to make it through this. And yeah, I'm very grateful I finally have it out. I'm very grateful that if I want to have a sandwich and I can eat it, I can eat it. I need to get back on track with my eating and everything else, and I will. And follow me on my journey to be a better version of me without my lap band. I did not get a revision surgery. I wanted my body to be back to normal. It hasn't been for so long. I want to see and challenge myself to know that deep down, this was the reason why I wasn't losing weight. It's not the only reason, because perimenopause, having kids, depression, stress, anxiety, all that adds to it. And I understand that. However, if this is one less thing in my body internally to worry about, and my food intake can be better quality, I'm happy and I'm open to that. So now this time my doctor did say, let's see how you lose weight without it. And if you could lose weight, even if it's extremely slow, then you'll be fine. If not, because of all the things he says my body is going through because of my age and, genetics, depression, all of that stuff, he's like, if it doesn't, then we'll look into the sleeve or bypass, which is fine. They also want me to do the, Zep bound. So we'll see how that works, because I'm supposed to go up one. So yes, just follow. Go on this little journey with me. Be my little support. And this is going to work. This is going to work. Why did that song just come in my head? I just come to say I love you. Why? And I mean it from the bottom. Why? What? Where did that come from? Whoa. Okay. Anyways, Ave Maria. That's something that I could hear my grandma in my head saying, "Espérate, ¿qué te pasa? ¿Estás tota? ¿Qué tú hiciste? ¿Tú tomaste algo?" Like, that's the conversation. Oh, I miss her. Oh, let me not get emotional. So yeah, life goes on. That's not great. That's just barely any air. Okay, anyways. Okay, what anybody says, I still blame my last job for that one, because it wasn't that bad before that. But anyways, happy Monday. I have my appointment today. My baby girl has her one of her final games. It's not the final, but it's one of the finals, to make third for girls flag football. They were in first, which I don't even understand. There's a certain ranking. They were in first. Had they won they won 11 games in a row. Had they won the last game, which they lost by 6 or 7, they would have stayed in first. But because they lost to a team that if they would have lost against them, they would have been out of the whole ranking completely. So, you guys, my daughter's coming on the left side of me. My daughter, my oldest. Can you see her right there? Yes. No, baby. Thank you. It's at 2:05, so I'll probably leave at 1:40. You okay?
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you that I might be going to
Okay. Okay, so thanks for listening to my Monday rant today. My goal is to do something for myself before my appointment. I'm going to get dressed today. And I'm going to slightly do my makeup, slightly. And then I'm going to do my hair. Because after this, my ass is going right back to the gym. And I shower every day, wash my hair every 2 to 3 days, because sweating in the sun and all that. Even though I usually wash my hair once a week when I'm working out consistently every day. I don't wash my hair every day. But then mentally you're kind of that's a little nasty. It's not, but it is. So, yeah, that's where I'm going to be at. That's what I'm going to be doing.